What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of
Stu.
Okay, so Dad, I heard something the other day, or I watched a video. The women in the video were saying that sometimes good dads can inadvertently teach us as women, especially black women, that we don't need a man. Do you feel like that's true?
How is that?
So what they were saying basically was,
That black women don't need a man. What it depends on what type of man.
well, what they were saying is that you guys can teach us to be so fiercely independent, right? Especially a good dad, because you teach us about finances. You teach us, get you a piece to protect yourself. You teach us how to use a gun. You teach us how to, if you get stranded on the side of the road, you basically you can take care of yourself. So why then do we actually need a man? That's what they were saying.
You need a man. What species on Earth don't need a male figure in their life? Nature wasn't designed for you to be alone. It wasn't designed for me to be alone, and
Yeah.
I'm a male. We we need the opposite sex in our life to balance life, to create life, to perpetuate life.
Yeah.
And to tell you inadvertently or subconsciously, you don't need a man. Why you think I try to model myself the way I did around you?
You didn't tell me that.
No,
Or
no,
you didn't inadvertently tell me that. I'm just telling you that's what I saw in the video. What you taught me was it's not that I don't need a man, it's that I need the right man.
yes, and every woman need a man because even though if they grew up without one, they long for that male attention. Why are some women out there willing to do anything just to so they got a man in their life? I mean, the man is not worth two dead flies on the windowsill.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be alone, so they'll settle for anything. But that right there just let me know that it's nature.
Yeah.
You need that male in your life, but if he's not doing nothing, he got to earn the right to be in your life. He should earn the right to be in your life. He's not just gonna be in my life just because.
Yeah. Yeah, that duality is true. The duality between masculine and feminine, yin and yang. I think we do see that all throughout nature and the world, and it's true. When you say need, you alluded to balance. I think so. Like,
Think so?
yeah.
Nature tell us that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. The day we get where we need the public or anybody tell us what we need is the day we start spiraling down.
And that's what's happening.
And all you got to do is just look around. Oh, I don't need a man in my life. I don't need a woman in my life. What? I truly believe you as a female, you have no equal. There's nothing on this earth God created that can equal to you for me as a male or as a human being. There's nothing out there. And it will never be nothing out there. We cannot create anything that come close to you. I don't care how great AI get. And that's why I think this is not male bashing or this is not homophobic or whatever it is, but I mean, you have no equal. I don't care how much a person may try and admire you as a woman and want to be one. You just can't.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't have all the makeup.
Yeah.
You can look like me, dress like me, put on perfume or whatever, and you still not gonna smell like her. I don't care how much perfume you put on. You're not gonna smell like her.
Yeah.
It's just something about that woman that can soothe that savage beast in every man. I've seen the most toughest guy in the world, the most ruthless guy in the world. If he got the right woman, she can control him. She not controlling, calming down, tame that rage in him. You can do it.
Interesting.
Nothing else can do that.
So why do you feel like some women then would just rather be single?
Because they've been hurt by the thing they love so dearly. That's a way of protecting themselves. But they know they still need a man. They want the comforts of a man. They want to feel they want to feel that interaction with a man. They can't escape that. It's something built inherited. I mean, you need that man.
So when women are saying, I don't need him, she's lying.
I know she lying. She can try to convince everybody else, oh, I got me another woman because she understands it, but why are you trying to mimic that man in some kind of way?
No, what if she's like, not even just that, like same-sex relationships. What if she literally is like, I don't need anybody. I just be by myself.
That's not true. That is not true. Family unit or pride, there's strength in that. Not only just protection, there's comfort in that. It's good to have somebody that you can talk to about your dreams, and you can do that with any male or female, but it's not the same. I got a different view of things from you. My mind works different from yours.
Yeah, which is why I'm so grateful you're my dad.
It just worked different.
Yeah.
I mean, a man mind just worked different from a woman.
It's just the truth.
It's
I'm
the
not
truth.
gonna sit up here and argue with you about that because that is true.
I don't understand any other way how it can be. Because if we didn't need you, but this would be a sad world without a woman, though. Lord, no. How could the human race continue? It won't. It would die and just go away. Die and go away.
So, okay, what can a dad do if those women were saying, okay, my dad, he taught me how to do all the things to be self-sufficient. What else can a dad teach his daughter so that she doesn't feel like, well, I don't need them?
If you got the right male figure in her life modeling the right thing, she'll never come to that thought.
Because a dad can be present, but just there.
Just there.
Yeah.
But see, it takes more than men to be just there.
Because the women on that podcast were saying, well, my dad, he was there.
He was just there.
Yeah.
But what was he nurturing? Was he really talking to you? Was he really showing you care? Just because I'm in the house, get your dog. If you just want something there, just to be there or whatever it is, dog will be more loyal. At least he'll come up to you, want to lick on you, let you know that he appreciates you.
Yeah.
And he'll, hey, you come in that space, he gonna be the first one that's gonna attack you too, cause he don't know you.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
don't know.
It's true. I think when I was listening to that particular group of women, I had that thought too. I was like, okay, yes, your dad may have been present, but what characteristics, what, things was he modeling / displaying? Because you can teach me all day, or you can show me all day how to change a tire, use a gun, all those things, but like, what else? Like the emotional aspect of the relationship is just as important as all those physical things. And I think sometimes we can say, I don't need that. I don't need him because, right, the emotional needs weren't addressed. And so in order to protect ourselves, we're saying we don't need that.
The man needs to be the leader in the house in every way. In every way. I mean, you need to be showing that woman, that you are the leader in the house. I mean, physically, emotionally, and especially spiritually. Especially spiritually. But a lot of time, there's family lead the spiritual aspect up to the woman. Sometimes there's family leave the physical aspect up to the woman. No mama boys will do that because that's what been modeled before them. Mama always gave them money. Mama always washed their clothes. Mama always did everything for them. And he go into a life thinking every woman just supposed to help him without him taking responsibility for his part within the family unit too.
Or anything.
Or anything. You can't have no kid without me.
Yeah.
So if it takes two,
Yeah.
so it takes two to develop a strong kid, a strong, a level human being too. It takes two.
Yeah.
And dads are a very important figure within the home. Everybody look to the dad as a stabilizer. That's like I told you, a lot of times we just can't show emotion and fall out here and there, this and that when we run into adversity. But no, you can be sensitive. Okay, I can be sensitive in something, but I can't be show emotion in everything.
But I
Even though
understand that now.
yeah,
Like as
yeah,
you're,
but
yeah.
I'm getting back to this is why some women feel
Yeah.
they can do everything by themselves because they never had no man model that in their presence. So they seen mom do everything, and they saying, oh yeah, mom did everything, and that may be true, but she didn't meet every need.
Yeah. No, it's not possible. I had two very able-bodied parents, and there's no way that just one of y'all could meet all of my needs. Even though you and I are super close, there's just no way. I mean, we know that it's displayed in things that I've gone through in my adult life, just with my mother. I know that I need both of you guys just as much. So
I can't teach you how to be a woman. I'm not one.
yeah, no, it's true. You can teach me about, it's funny you say that. It's true. You can teach me about the guys that will come into my life and the experiences that
Absolutely.
will happen. But yeah, you can't. You're not able to teach
That's
me
right.
how to be a woman.
I don't know what that is like.
You can't.
Even though I may want to, but I'm incapable of doing it.
Yeah. It's true. And I think for me when it comes to this particular topic too, I'm not out here saying I want to be by myself. I don't need, nope, nope. And yes, you taught me to be self sufficient, but also, again, what you taught me was to desire the qualities that I saw modeled before me. So it's true. I don't want you unless you resemble the characteristics that, my dad had.
There it is.
Yeah, it's just,
Every man
yeah.
worth his salt want to do that. Like I
I'd
said,
rather be by myself in my house because people be like, you don't really go out like that. I don't need to because I know what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I know, like, it's not hard for me anymore. I've gone through enough experiences, been married, long-term relationship. Then, just tried to test. Like, I tried to test out certain things. You roll your eyes at that, I know. But I tried to test out certain things. But really what that taught me is it always brought me back to I want to be with someone that's like my dad. And then when I didn't have it, I knew in my gut. And it would be that longing, that feeling of like, yeah, I know he's not like this, but I mean,
you're selling for
it's
50%.
okay. Yeah.
But how can you really measure 50%?
You can't.
You can't. If you really to settle for 50%, I guarantee you got no percent. Disguised at 50%. One other thing too that I would say, it's not that I are some great genius type father, whatever it is, but I surrounded myself with good people too. I have some really good male friends, Dwight Williams, Dwayne Thomas. They was two. One was a colonel, and the other one was a subordinate to me, or whatever it is. But you talking about good, sturdy men. Oh, man. I learned. That's who I want to be around. I don't care. It's not that rank thing. We wasn't fraternizing, but it was a mutual respect.
Yeah.
This guy had a lot of experience that I could use. So did Colonel Thomas. So we were about the same age, but he had demonstrated before me what a genuine. You remember him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You remember Dwight Williams too?
Yeah.
I love those men because they were true, solid, dedicated men that wouldn't mind sharing with you their experience if you asked. They was very respectful. I mean, they wouldn't try to always, hey, you need to do this. And no. But talking with them, you knew you had a great guy.
And I think
are great at
when
surrounding
I
themselves.
when I look what I look for in a partner is that they do have a tribe around them. That they're not like a single island person, right? That they do have good men around them because I think you become what you surround yourself with. And the only way you can grow is if you're surrounded by people who are growing and who are going in the direction that you want to go. I feel like didn't Kobe Bryant say something like that? If you look around you and it's a circle, like it could really be a cage. Like if those people if they're you're not growing, then
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
cage.
that's right.
And so yeah, that's one of the things that because you also modeled that, like Dad, you've always tried to surround yourself, not just physically with men who model for you how to be like that traditional, what you call sturdy man, but you would read things all the time. You would look up things all the time.
Yeah,
You
cause
really tried to, in your realm of, information that you would eat, digest, it was all about how to be better.
absolutely. Even some of the soldiers that I was a platoon sergeant with, first sergeant with, you had some great guys, young guys that were with. They did some great things, and they had some really good character. Another guy that come, there's so many guys I can give credit to that have added to my life. Philip Marbury, you know,
Yeah.
this guy, man, he got to be very close, but he was a solid guy. So many that I can't even call the name out. And, by just mentioning those other guys, I don't want people to think that the other one that I didn't take nothing from them. Oh, I did. Oh, I really did. Even some kids, some of the best lessons I've ever learned have been from kids. So believe it or not, cause kids are truthful, and they will tell you or whatever it is. You sit there and sometimes I had left with my mouth open, like, huh?
What's a solid, sturdy man in your opinion?
Someone that's all consistent. Consistent. He wasn't a flash in the pan or whatever it is.
Yeah.
This guy was the same every time you see him. That's what I'm saying. A solid guy. They were consistent,
Grounded.
grounded. And I mean, if I could do something that upset them, they would come and say, "Hey, that wasn't right. Why you do this and this and that?" And we could talk about it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do things and don't even know you upsetting other people. And people get over there, pout, they take it personal or whatever it is. And you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Because I didn't concern myself
Yeah.
with people like that.
Yeah.
But even the people that I didn't, I learned from them too. What not to be,
Yeah.
who not to hang around with. I did that too. Trust me. Everybody around me, I thank God for because they come. I said God allowed them to be in my life for me to meet them, and I always wanted to find out why. But sometimes you don't see it right away.
Yeah.
You really don't. But later on down the road, you figure out, okay, that's why this person was in my life. I was lacking something that they made me more aware of this or this or that or whatever it is. Because if we just slow down and pay attention and don't get sidetracked with the glitter or the carrot out there, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. Because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if people, especially women, if you get mesmerized by the glitter I show you, you'll never focus on the real problem of what I'm doing to you. And we as human beings are the
Yep.
same way.
Yeah. We get
Guys,
distracted
you are
by the glitter. It's true.
the
Whatever
glitter.
is the shiniest
You,
thing, we get distracted.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like they say, if the fish didn't focus truly on the bait, he would never get caught. But the hook is buried within the bait, and he just see the bait. He's hungry. He want it. And he goes, shoot, jump on it real quick and get hooked and can't get off till somebody take you off.
Yeah.
But if you sit there and look at it, and I mean really study that, something about this don't look right. Something about it. In the military, they always tell us, even something camouflage. there will be something there. I don't care how good it camouflage. Just sit there, and if it don't look right, your mind telling you that.
Mm-hmm.
But sit there and watch it and try to find out what the difference. Look at it from all those different angles, then you'll see it.
Yeah. Mm.
But it's really camouflage and don't move or whatever it is, and you not paying attention. Go back, when you get caught, and that's what glitter do. That's what the desire of wealth do. If you're not used to something, like they said, when you're hungry, I don't have to give you a steak. If you're really hungry, all I got to do is let you smell that fake bacon. Smell that fake bacon.
Okay, so what would you tell then the
Don't
woman out there who, how we started this, right? Who said, you know what? My dad taught me everything I need to know. I don't need.
Now, I gave you a foundation. I can't say I taught you everything because I really don't know everything. I mean, long you're in this life, you're going to be evolving and learning. But the little petty game, they think they already know. I see that right away. Because like you say, things that you like when you were their age, you still going to like them. Even if you're 40 years old and you ain't never had a chance to get it. And because you always desired, and people prey on that. Dangle like glitter in front of you. I know you want it, even though you try to be sure I don't want that. But anybody can succumb to that when they figure out what you like or or that you desire.
So then truly, instead of saying, I don't need, I don't need that, I'm self-sufficient, really what should, not should, but what could a woman say?
Oh, I'm still growing in that area. She really saying she's insecure with it when I tell you the truth. When she said, I don't need a man. Man, you really telling me how insecure you are. When one got to say, I don't need no man, that's a good indicator that she want one. She just haven't got a good one. Everything that she already reached out and got has been substandard. And because she didn't allow herself time enough or she didn't do the work on herself to prepare for that good man. If you don't know what you want, anything come up will be all right. If you don't know where you going in life, any road will take you there.
Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah,
Same thing.
that's true. I think that you in particular set a good foundation for me, but it's true. I had to do my own self-work because it's easy to be like, I want somebody like my dad, but what does that really mean, right?
Yeah.
Like I had to do the work on myself also if I want to attract those qualities, I also need to be those qualities, right? Like I need to have the same energy that I'm wanting, like I need to be, because it's like, what? Sometimes I think, right, we want to attract something that we aren't. And then we're wondering why it's not coming. We're like, why it's not here? But it's because we might have seen it, but are you really ready for that? Are we really ready for that?
And most of the time they're not. And when they get it, they abuse it. Most guys think they're ready for a wife. No, they're not.
Yeah.
That's why they'll end up abusing or whatever it is. They want a bed partner. That's what they want. But the bed don't answer all your problems. I mean, it incurs more responsibility than anything. Okay, I just want her. She's just so fine. Oh, man, I'm getting something nobody else wants. Okay, after you get it in, what? Then what?
Yeah.
It got to be something more stable or substantiated in your life than just the physical.
Yep. So to the dads out there then who are teaching their daughters, because, I think dads have really good intentions. They're teaching their daughters all the things, right? Like I want her to be able to stand on her own 2 feet.
And nothing wrong with that.
What else should he be thinking then if there's nothing wrong with that, but what else do we want to instill?
If you want her, man, most of the time, I don't care if she don't marry a doctor or a lawyer or a dentist. I want her to marry a good man that truly will love her.
Yeah.
He can be he can be a janitor, let's say.
Yeah.
But he's passionate about being a janitor, and his goal may be, I'm not doing this out like I'm gonna own me 20 janitor servants. That could happen too.
Yeah.
Just because you are dating somebody, a lawyer, doctor, whatever it is, doesn't mean he's a good person. I would say look at him more or financial. Look more. You got you a specialized criminal over there you could have. I'm serious. You cannot, again,
Yeah.
you cannot get hooked up on the glitter. And a lot of people, oh, my wife is a rapper. My wife is an athlete. How's he treating you? You're willing to sit there and take anything and everything just to be in that lifestyle. Look at all the stuff you hear on the news about P. Diddy and all the big evangelists and stuff like that. I mean, that doesn't shock me. How human nature is what human nature is.
Yeah.
Did they all start out like that? Probably not. They weren't born and said, I'm going to do this. No, no. But the glitter, get them hooked, take them down a path that they really wasn't aware of until they found themselves head over heels in it. Now what you going to do?
Yeah.
Because all the stuff that you have today can be gone at a snap of a finger, material-wise. But I hope my partner will be there if I can't go to the bathroom by myself. That's what you need to have. That's what a wealth is.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, Dad. Thank you.
Yes, my Lord.
Yes. See, this is why, like, everything you say, I'm always like, Every time I take something away, I'm like, So I appreciate you.
But I know we've had a lot of these conversations like that,
Yeah.
but you can't explain 70 years of life experience in 30 minutes.
No.
I mean, your life is.
Which is why we're doing this.
Different stages and stuff.
That's why we're doing this podcast, because it's true.
Well, the podcast is your dream.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just sharing with you because I lived in life 70 years.
Yeah.
You just started.
Yeah, you would always tell me that. You've never lived this life before.
You haven't. You never lived this life before.
And it's true. That's why I don't say. Sometimes I don't say anything because I'm like, I mean, it's true. How can I argue with that? What am I going to tell you? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. I haven't been here, but
Well, that
only
you
so
remember.
many years.
If you've been here, you don't remember.
It's true. It's true.
You don't remember.
Yeah, it's true.
I
haven't lived this life.
That's right.
This one, the one that I'm currently in.
You haven't lived that one. I just been down the road a little farther than you. That's all.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, hey, if you coming down this road, there's a depression on the right side, and there's an alligator pit on the left side,
and a pothole,
and a pothole in the middle. Be sure that you bring your ladder so you can cross it.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it is.
Yeah.
So we avoid some of that pitfall in life.
Well, thank you.
Anytime.
Anyway, okay, guys. Bye.
All right, homie.
Bye.
Bye.